15 reasons why we must change the messages that we are preaching. Number one thing that we must change, and number one point that we must change is that for our youth to change, our messages must change. For our nations to change, our pulpit must change. Are you still waiting and hoping that Nigeria will change, or Africa will change, or be developed, or be transformed? It will not happen. What we need is change. The message that must change first of all in our pulpit is the overemphasis on prosperity. We overemphasize on money. And even when we're going to be talking about money, we should just talk about teaching people how to create wealth. Not give. The next thing that must change. Instead of messages that are only promising blessings, miracles, breakthroughs, signs and wonders, we must replace these messages with preachings on virtues and values. The next point. We must stop the glorification, novel rich in our society, in our churches. The new rich, the new wealthy people, the suddenly wealthy people, that we don't know the source of their wealth. The next point. If we are glorifying and telling people that the way for them to acquire wealth is by giving offering or sowing seeds, we are actually spreading error. True riches come only by the production of goods or services. The next point that must change, and the next message that must change that from our pulpit, is we should be giving our microphones for testimony to the hard workers, even if they are not rich, but they are already wealthy. Hard work itself is wealth. Next point. We should stop preaching the message of instant gratification from our pulpit. We should tell people that the truth, and the truth is that it is only time and patience that brings forth success. Next point. We must begin to teach from our pulpits biblical principles like diligence, faithfulness, hard work as the fundamental requirements for true success. Every other thing is fake. We must begin to say the way it is. That instant miracles, instant sharp kind of breakthroughs, they are fake messages. And we must all stand up against people who do that. Next point that must change from our pulpits. We have to tell the people the truth. In our churches, we have to cancel that message of sowing and reaping. But when we tell people that it is through sowing and reaping that they get rich, give, it shall be given unto you, we must tell them to do that. That passage in Luke chapter 6 verse 38 is not talking about money. When it says Luke, give and shall be given, we must begin to change that message and tell our people that that place was not talking about mercy. That place was talking about not being judgmental. That place was talking about having mercy on other people. That place was talking about not condemning other people. That place was talking about virtues. That when you treat people with mercy, you will get it all pressed together and flowing over. But if you treat people with judgmental spirit and you become judgmental to people, that the same thing you will reap. That is the thing he was talking about. But we have twisted the gospel to mean that money only comes, prosperity comes by sowing and reaping. The next point that must change from our pulpit. If we must see a new country, if we must see a new people, if we must see a great nation, instead of teaching in our churches every Sunday, day in, day out, that give and it shall be given unto you, our messages must now change to be teaching principles that are responsible for economic development. There are principles like that in the Bible. So it is time now for us to replace these old messages that were preaching that has gotten us into trouble, into preaching messages like this, constructive messages. Another thing that must change, we are actually telling people that God is a rewarder of mediocrity and laziness. When we tell them that just come to the church, raise your hands, raise your hands, raise just your hands, receive, that we are telling them that mediocrity is being celebrated. When we tell them that, okay, come, bring your contract, bring everything you are planning, we are demanding from them merit. We are not demanding from them excellence. Next point. Our people must know that Christianity is not magic. We must tell them that because somebody is making pronunciations, all those things we have come up with, prophetic declaration, all those things that were, these are magical stuff. We must tell people that it is laws that rule the world. That the world is based on principles, not on magic. This is another thing that must change. Next point. Next thing that must change in our pulpits. Deuteronomy 28:1 says, now it shall come to pass, if you diligently obey the voice of the Lord your God, to observe carefully all his commandments, which I command you today, that the Lord your God will set you up on high above all the nations of the earth. We must let our people know that they don't need a pastor's blessing. We must point them to the word of God. That let them diligently obey the word. God will set them on high. It's not the word of the pastor. Even though God could use the word of the pastor sometimes, but it shouldn't make it as if it is the source of all blessing. Next point. We must let our people know that the shout of I receive it alone is not enough for them to be blessed for that week. Next point is we need to downplay superstitions. Our country is a country of superstitions. We need to reject all those kind of superstitious practices, so many superstitions in the churches, and embrace real Christianity. The last point, that we have presented the church as the greatest good that has happened to our country. But in real sense, it is the one that is offering the greatest evils.